Hello children, welcome to my channel NK Vision 1971 में. This is Shraddha represents chapter 2 class 8 a concrete example के question answer. ठीक है, जैसा कि हमने इस चैप्टर का एनालिसिस यानी डिस्कशन कर चुके थे पिछले क्लास में, याद होगा. एंड चलिए अभी देर ना करते हुए फटाफट अपना क्वेश्चन आंसर की और बढ़ते हैं. ठीक है, फर्स्ट क्या है नंबर 1 क्वेश्चन, लेट अस डिस्कस. नंबर 1, कंप्लीट द फॉलोइंग समरी विथ एग्जैक्ट वर्ड्स फ्रॉम द पोएम. One example has been done by you. Share your answers with your classmates and teacher. The poem describes Mrs. Jones, the speaker's next door neighbor. नेवर जो कि अंडरलाइन है, जो कि पहले हमें एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर दिया गया है. ठीक है, हु हैज ए यूनिक गार्डन फिल्ड विथ. नंबर 1 क्या होना चाहिए, स्टोन्स. उनका गार्डन जो कि स्टोन से भरा हुआ था. ठीक है, हर गार्डन इंक्लूड्स अ पिकुलियर पाथ, जो कि बिल्कुल जिगजैग था, अड़ा टेढ़ा था. हाँ, एक पॉन्ड दैट वाज फिल्ड विथ लिली फ्लावर्स, नो, एंड ए रॉकरी along with an unusual sundial that she finds charming. Mrs. Jones plants a tiny, delicate plants between the stones, which the speaker thinks must be so small that they are planted with a pin. One day, Mrs. Jones invites the speaker to see her garden and they discuss a flower that Mrs. Jones traces. When the speaker asks where the lovely flower is, Mrs. Jones says that the speaker has been standing it all along. Right? This is all about our question number 1. Let us discuss number 2. Select the correct option to fill in the blanks for the following sentences. यहाँ पर एक सेंटेंस दिया गया है, इसको हमको जो ऑप्शन मिले हैं उन्हीं में से करेक्ट आंसर चूज करना है. ठीक है, द टोन ऑफ द पोएम, ये जो पोएम है, हमने जो पोएम पढ़ा, इसका टोन कैसा होना चाहिए. यहाँ पर है मॉकिंग, ह्यूमरस, मॉर्नफुल, अमेजिंग एंड लाइट हार्टेड. इनमें से कौन सा वर्ड फिट रहता है इस पोएम के लिए. नंबर 2 ह्यूमरस, देन नंबर 4 अमेजिंग, अमेजिंग है ना थोड़ा, एंड लाइट हार्टेड. और इसलिए द करेक्ट ऑप्शन जो होना चाहिए वो होगा डी, यानी 2, 4 एंड 5. इट इज नंबर डी, राइट. देन नंबर 2, द स्पीकर इन द पोएम इज, हु इज द स्पीकर इन द पोएम. इस पोएम को कौन डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है, मिसेस जोन्स, द पोएट, गार्डनर or a child. It is the poet himself, no. Then number 3, the rhyming scheme, the rhyme scheme of the poem is, rhyme scheme of the poem is क्या होना चाहिए, a a b b c c, a b a b c c, a a b c a c, a b b a c c. इनमें से कौन सा सही होना चाहिए. जैसा कि आपने पढ़ा होगा, नंबर 1 लाइन का नंबर 2 लाइन से राइम होता है, नंबर 3 लाइन का 4 लाइन से, 5 लाइन का 6 लाइन से. इसलिए द राइम स्कीम ऑफ द पोएम ये होना चाहिए नंबर 1, जैसा कि ए ए बी बी एंड सी सी, राइट. नेक्स्ट कम टू पेज नंबर 20. नंबर 3, complete the following sentence by choosing the correct answer given in the brackets. यहाँ ब्रैकेट में 2 ऑप्शंस मिले हैं, हमको सही वर्ड चुनकर इस ब्लैंक को भरना है. ठीक है, द पोएट यूजेस द वर्ड स्टोन्स इन ऑल स्टैंजर्स इन ऑर्डर टू एम्फसाइज हर व्हाट, ऑब्सेशन विद अ स्टोनी गार्डन और प्राइड इन द गार्डनिंग स्किल. एक्चुअली गार्डन के बारे में हम क्या जानते हैं, इट्स ए स्टोनी गार्डन, नो. तो ऑब्सेशन विद ए स्टोनी गार्डन ये करेक्ट होगा. ठीक है, नंबर 2, द पोएट यूजेस इमेजरी to describe the features of the garden that help the readers to what? Understand Mrs. Jones' love for plants or visualize the garden's peculiar nature. Which one is correct? Imaginary क्या है? Imagery is a poetic device, यानी एक लिटरेरी डिवाइस है जो कि ये हमें रिप्रेजेंट करता है, ये एक्सप्लेन करता है यहाँ पर जो गार्डन का जो इमेज है क्या है? फुल ऑफ स्टोन्स, नो? तो द ये नंबर 2 ऑप्शन सही होगा. विजुअलाइज द गार्डन्स पिकुलियर नेचर मीन्स द पोएट यूजेस imagery to describe the features of the garden that help the readers visualize the garden's peculiar nature, right? Then come to number 4. Pick examples of alliteration from the poem. इसको मैंने अपने नोटबुक में लिखा है बच्चों. Pick examples of alliteration from the poem. Alliteration क्या है? Alliteration also a literary device है जो कि repeated consonantal words को सूचित करता है. ठीक है, तो इसमें puts little plants, ये repetition of P sound. Then number 2, quite a quarter, repetition of Q sound. Next, a crazy path with a lily pond, यहाँ पर path और pond, repetition of P sound. Next, a sundial with a strange device, that is sundial and strange device, repetition of S sound. ठीक है, यहाँ पर 4 alliteration हमको मिलते हैं. Then come to number 5. A refrain is a repeated line or phrase that appears in each stanza. Identify the refrain from the poem. Refrain क्या है? Refrain जो कि एक लाइन को रिपीट करता है हर एक स्टांजा में. हाँ, ये भी एक लिटरेरी डिवाइस है. माई नेक्स्ट वो क्या है? माई नेक्स्ट डोर नेबर मिसेस जोन्स, ये हर लाइन के पहले ही ये लाइन आया है. ठीक है, द लाइन इज रिपीटेड एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ एवरी स्टांजा. देन कम टू नंबर 6. आंसर situational irony. You were standing on it, she repeated. This answer irony is a literary device that emphasizes the difference between what is expected and what actually happens. It often involves a situation where the outcome is opposite of what is expected, creating a surprising or a humorous effect. For example, Mrs. Jones' excitement about her garden and that contrast with the speaker's disappointment on how ordinary it is. So identify the lines from the poem that displays situational irony, and the answer must be you are standing on it, she repeated. It is the situational irony, right? It is ironic because the speaker expects to see a beautiful flower that Mrs. Jones talking about, but it turns out to be so small and hidden that he is actually standing on it, right? Next come to our question number 7. Number 7, complete the following sentences appropriately. The word concrete can refer to stones used in Mrs. Jones' garden. Number 2, the title also has a symbolic meaning. The title also has a symbolic meaning as the poem provides clear a concrete example of Mrs. Jones' unique or strange gardening habit. Come to number 8. I tried arguing with my pencil, but it kept making sharp points. Suggest the idea and of an actual sharp pencil point and strong argument points. Number 2, my pencil and I had a disagreement, but we finally go to the point, refers to solving an argument and the pencil tip. Here, the answer is the word concrete has two meaning. Number 1, literal, and number 2, it is concrete. Literal meaning is the stone and the hard materials. Concrete can refer to the stones in Mrs. Jones' garden. Number 2, concrete is the title of the poem, is a symbolic meaning as the poem provides a real or concrete example of how people can love strange or tiny things like the tiny flowers and the rocky garden. Right? Let us think and reflect. Read the given extract and answer the questions that follow. My next door neighbor, Mrs. Jones, has got a garden full of stones. A crazy path, a lily pond, a rockery, and just beyond, a sundial with a stitched face which Mrs. Jones thinks rather nice. So, it extract is having some questions जिसको मैंने अपने नोटबुक में लिख रखे हैं बच्चों. ठीक है. What can be inferred about Mrs. Jones' taste to gardening from the description of her garden being full of stones? The answer, it can be inferred from the description for her garden that she has an unusual and creative taste in gardening. She prefers decorative stones, tiny plants, unique objects instead of common flower and lawns. Next question. Identify whether the following statements are true or false. And the statements are, say, the garden serves as a means to reveal more about Mrs. Jones herself. Next, what does the poem mean by crazy path? Then, what does the sundial with a strange device suggest about Mrs. Jones' personality? So, what is it? Identify whether the following statement are true or false. It is true. The garden serves as a means to reveal more about Mrs. Jones herself. And number 3. What does the poem mean by crazy path? Answer ऐसा होना चाहिए. A crazy path means a pathway made of irregular or odd stones arranged in a zigzag pattern. It shows the garden is not an ordinary garden, rather it is something unique. Then come to number 4. What does the sundial with a strange device suggest about Mrs. Jones' personality? She has a fascination with unusual things. This is the correct answer. Next, come to our comprehensive question answer. Questions. How does Mrs. Jones feel about her garden? Support your answer with evidence from the poem. Mrs. Jones is obsessed with her stony garden. She has a fascination with unusual things. She feels proud of her garden and is pleased with it. She thinks that her garden looks very pleasant and unique. However, it is overly decorated and eccentric. The following line supports this answer, which Mrs. Jones thinks rather nice. Number 2. Why do you think the speaker describes the plants as being so small that they could be planted with a pin? Answer. The speaker's description of the plants being so small that they could be planted with a pin is a humorous exaggeration that is to mock the overuse of stones and very less space. for the plants to grow. The poet is poking fun at how insignificant these teeny plants are. Then, number 3. What do we get to know about Mrs. Jones based on her gardening style and her interaction with the speaker? Found that Mrs. Jones is obsessed with her stony garden and she has a fascination for unusual things. Her garden is full of stones, zigzag paths, sundial, rockeries, and stones with very little space for real plants. This indicates that she is proud, possibly eccentric person who values decorative control over natural beauty. She is contented and even pleased with her unique taste. Then, number 4. The poem portrays Mrs. Jones in a positive light. Support this statement. The poem portrays Mrs. Jones in a positive light as she is portrayed for her fascination, practical. The poem portrays Mrs. Jones in a positive light. Support this statement. The poem portrays Mrs. Jones in a positive light as she is portrayed for her practical wisdom and assertiveness. She is a strong and capable woman with a unique choice. She is confident, passionate, and practical and perhaps reshapes the environment according to her choice. Number 5. What does the poem tells us about the way people think differently about the world around them? The poem tells us that different people have different choices and opinions about the world around them. Mrs. Jones thinks her garden to be very beautiful, attractive, but the poet finds it strange. It is quite normal for Mrs. Jones that her garden is filled with stones and there is very little safe for plants, but for the poet, it is quite unusual. And children, this is the first part of our question answer section, and the last part I shall upload in the next video. And dear children, if you like this video, if you have benefited from this video, then फटाफट अपना थंब विब्रेशन देकर इस चैनल को लाइक कीजिए, अपने दोस्तों में जितना हो सके शेयर करिए, अपना वैल्यूएबल कमेंट्स दीजिए, and if you are new in this video, then subscribe this channel so that whenever I upload any new video, the first notification will go to you. Thank you all for attending my class. Love you all.